Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on the main theme from Interstellar. I've done a cover version, go and check that out. I'll leave a link in the description and a card above. Just before I teach you it today though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, it really does help me out. Give me a like on the video. Leave me some comments in the comment section, including any songs you want to learn. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to print the tabs off for this, I'll put it on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link in the description. This is a really nice, easy song to play on the guitar. My guitar's in standard tuning. I'm playing on a classical guitar, but you could play this on an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar. The song's in 3/4, which means there's 3 beats per bar. Now the first 2 bars go like this. So for that, all you're doing is playing the open E string and B1, and you just jump between those 2 notes. And the first 2 bars repeat. So you play the first bar, second bar, and then first bar again, then second bar, and then we carry on. So the 2 bars without the repeat just sound like this. And bar 3, we're going to add our second finger onto G2 and keep our first finger on B1. We play the G2 and the E string at the same time, and then the B string, then the E, and then the B. So bar 3 goes. And then we're going to move up 2 frets, so you're playing frets 3 and 4 in bar 4. Ideally, switch your fingers to use your second and third fingers for this, because it will make sense on the next line. So if you've got your second finger on B3 and third finger on G4, play the E string and the G string at the same time to the B, E, B, E, B, and then bar 5 you just play E, B, E, B, E, B. So bars 3, 4 and 5 go like this. So that's the first line done. On to the second line. The reason why we've got a second and third fingers on the previous line, because when we go to this next bar, we're going to use our second finger on B3, then use your first finger on G2 and play the G string and the E string, then the B string, then put your third finger on the G4 and play with the E string, then the B string, then use your little finger on fret 5 on the G string, play it with the E string at the same time, and then the B string. So bar 6 goes. Bar 7 you go back to fret 4 with your third finger with the E string and then the B string, then down to fret 2 with the first finger and then the B3, back to the fret 4 on the G string with the E and then B3. So keep your second finger on B3 throughout that, so you get bar 7. And then into bar 8 you'll put your little finger on G5 and play with the E string, B3, E, B3, E, B3, then back to 4 in bar 9 on the G string. So you got. If you struggle to use these fingers that I'm telling you, just use whatever fingers you want, it'll be fine. So the line slowly goes like this. Okay, and then we go on to the next section, which starts off. So for that we've got E1 and G2. We're playing them at the same time. And then you're going to play the E string. And then back to the G string and then the E string. So bars 10 and 11 go. Then move those fingers up 2 frets. So your first finger goes to fret 3 and your third finger on G4. And you do the same idea with the right hand. Then bar 14, you go to B1 with the open A string, and then you're going to play the E. So you got. Then bar 16, we've got E3 and B3 at the same time. then play the E string, and then play the B string, the E string. Take your finger off and play the open B string there on the end of the bar. So bar 16 and 17 go. And then that line repeats. So you just play that all the way through and then you play it again. And then the next line is exactly the same thing, but I've just added an extra note below it to make it sound bigger. So on the first two bars we've got, so we've got E1, G2 and D3 at the same time. Then the open E string, then play the D and G, and then the E. Then slide that up 2 frets, same shape, and then go the same idea with the right hand. Into the next bar we've got open A with B1 and G2 at the same time. Then the E string, the G and the B strings, and then the E string. And then the next bar, bar 24, we've got E3, B3 and G4, and play those at the same time. And then the E string. And then the same thing with an open B on the end. And again, repeat that line. So hopefully that makes sense. Just trying to build it up over those, well, there's 4 lines really. You've got the previous line repeated and then this line repeated. And then after that, it just goes to, which is just open E, G2 and the E string. So you've got, and then just hold that on a bit longer than 2 bars. And then in this next section, it's just literally got the chords. But the way I played it with some arpeggios, like going. So this first chord, A minor, put your first finger on B1, so we're on bar 28 now. First finger on B1, second finger on D2, third finger on G2. And you play the middle 4 strings. You could just play it as a chord. 2, 3, 2, 3. Or I play it thumb and the third finger on the right hand. So your thumb and the B string, then the G string and the D, and then I'll just repeat that again. So playing up the B, G, D, and thumb on the first one, so it goes 1, 2, 3, and then do it again on the next bar. So the 2 bars of A minor will be. But you can play whatever you want on it, just to build it up. So 2 bars of the A minor, bar 30 goes to a G chord, which is your first finger barred across all the strings on the 3rd fret, second finger on G4, little finger on D5, and again I did the arpeggio. And then the next chord goes, so bar 32 now, we've got F major 7, which is your first finger E1, second finger on B1 and third finger on G2, and you play the E string nearest to the floor, B and G, and again you can do that as an arpeggio. And then into the next bar, or the next line as well, we've got bar 34, it's a G6 chord, first finger E3, second finger on G4, third finger on D5, little finger on B5. And then bar 36 goes back to the A minor chord. And then we go 38, which is back to the G chord. And then it just goes to the open E with D2 and E. And then that's the whole song. So literally from bars 28 through to the end, you can just play about with the chords. You could do some strumming pan. Or you could do arpeggios, or just literally play the chords. It will sound nice as well. And that's the whole song. Well, hopefully you found that little guitar lesson useful and you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, really helps me out. Give me a like on the video, leave me some comments in the comment section, including any songs you want to learn, where in the world you're from as well. And if you want to print the tabs off for this and just support me, keep me doing these videos, I've got a Patreon page. I've set it as cheaply as possible. You can print off the tabs from there. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.